I'm 50 and I want to show you the 5 things that were quietly aging me. I changed my whole appearance several years ago, and there are some things that I was doing that were aging me and I didn't realize what it is. And before you say anything, it's not gray hair, it's not just wrinkles. And number 3 may just start a fight in my comments, and you better stay till the end, because the one thing that ages you the most may be sitting in your kitchen. And no, it's not sunscreen. It's actually something that ages you way faster than the sun. So you're gonna wanna stick around. Let's talk about those 5 things that can really make you look older and what to do about them. So let's get into it. Number 1, you're chasing wrinkles when you really should be thinking about skin quality. So the thing that reads older across the room really isn't your wrinkles, it's how your skin looks, right? It's the quality of your skin, whether it's dull or you have a lot of texture, you have some tone issues. And guys, I know I wear makeup, but let me tell you something about makeup. I'm 50 years old, and I will say this: if you have a lot of wrinkling or creping to your skin or dullness or uneven texture, your makeup will not look good on your skin. It's just the thing that happens as we get older. And makeup settles into fine lines, it settles into texture, and our makeup just doesn't wear the way it used to when we were younger. So what I've done really is overhaul my entire skincare routine. I focus on doing certain kinds of treatments that really improve my skin quality. And the first thing that I do is I do monthly medical microneedling, right? I have some videos I'm gonna drop in the box. Check out my videos on microneedling. You will want to see these, right? Microneedling has made such massive changes in my skin. I am a huge proponent. If you're too scared to needle, you know, with a pen, you can always stamp with either your pen or with a stamper. But medical needling once a month is actually collagen induction therapy. It ups the collagen in your skin and it helps refine that tone and texture. And the second thing is, after I microneedle that once a month, I do cosmetic needling twice a week, right? That's really getting a lot of products into my skin. It's helping make changes to my epidermis. It's helping those skincare products sink in deeper. And it really does help with fine lines, with tone, with texture, with large pores. And by the way, medical needling helps with large pores massively. And the other thing is getting a good skincare routine where you have a retinoid in it, a retin-A, right? I use tazarotene, which is kind of like the strongest retin-A that you can use. There's also tretinoin, there's retinaldehydes. I'm gonna put all of the different retinols that I suggest into the description box. If you can't use a retin-A, you can still use a retinol, right? You can still use a lighter retinol like a bakuchiol, right? That's another thing that you can use. It's more of a plant-based retinol. There's really good retinols that are inexpensive that can be used in place of that. You can also use adapalene instead of retin-A. Your body just has to convert it a couple of times to get to the retin-A, but it's still gonna make changes to your skin that's gonna smooth it out. It's gonna even out the texture of your skin. It's going to brighten the tone of your skin. So retin-A is amazing. And one of the things I think has made a huge impact on my skin besides the medical microneedling and cosmetic microneedling. Now, the next thing besides retin-A is regular exfoliation. And when I say regular exfoliation, I think you should be doing pretty regular exfoliation either with a chemical peel that you do at home. I've got plenty of videos on chemical peels, or you could be doing just a light exfoliation 2 to 3 times a week with like a glycolic toner or a glycolic acid of some kind, and that's going to give you some surface renewal. And really what that does is it speeds up how fast your cells turn over, right? Which increases your collagen and elastin production. Okay, so all of these are designed to increase collagen and elastin production, to smooth out the skin, to even out texture and tone. And really it's the only reason why I can wear makeup at 50. It is because most of the time makeup does not look good if you have poor skin quality. Even if you don't wear makeup, your skin tone, your texture, all of that will show your age more quickly than if you have an even tone, smaller pores, more refined texture, less fine lines. It's gonna make you look younger. And then the last thing is definitely have a vitamin C. So vitamin A and vitamin C, 2 actives I say you really should have. Another active that really helps even tone and texture is niacinamide. It's in a lot of products, but you could do a standalone from The Ordinary. So all of those are gonna help with your tone and texture. And I say don't skip that skincare, because that skincare is the most important. And if you want to figure out how do I do peels, how do I do exfoliation, guys, I've got so many videos on them. I'm going to pop the videos down in the description box. Please watch those videos, because they do talk about how to employ these steps into your skincare program. Okay, what is number 2? Number 2 is you stop at the jawline. I cannot tell you how important it is to take your skincare all the way down. And when I say all the way down, I mean your hands and your neck and your chest. I get asked so many times, mostly in person, because I am 50 and I don't have a lot of necklines. I do have one little faint line right here. I get from looking down at my phone at night, which I need to really stop doing, but I don't have a lot of wrinkling on my neck, and that is because I use everything on my neck. So everything I use on my face, I use on my neck, I use on my décolleté, and I use on my hands. Your hands are a big teller of how old you are. If you have a lot of wrinkling on your hands, it's going to make you look older. So the idea is don't stop here at the jawline. And guys, when you get older, we get this like, thing, and it really, you need to like, it's gotta come up. So we got to put our skincare all the way down here too, right? And not just stop at the face. Now, number 3, you are applying your powder like you were when you were 20, right? You're baking that heavy powder. Guys, look at this. This is a brush. This is powder. This is how you apply it when you're over 50. I'll give you a hint on one thing that you can do to apply your powder better is to use a setting spray. So spray your setting spray on and then let it dry down for a second. Then get your little powder into your and then just tap, 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 tap right along your T-zone, a little bit down there, and then spray again with setting spray. That's all you have to do. Your makeup will stay put and you don't have to have a lot of powder. When you apply powder really heavily on your face, it will age you, especially if you apply it here. I never apply powder to my under eyes ever. Like, I don't think I've applied powder to my under eyes in the last like 4 or 5 years. Inevitably, they dry down. And one of the great things about not applying powder is you won't have like heavy lines and stuff. It will dry up. And it will, I noticed, because I think it's because our eyes are just drier. Like if I had tried that when I was like 35, it probably would have stayed moist all day because I just didn't have the dryness to my skin. But now that I'm older, I feel like it dries down really well. Like I don't have any, but I don't put powder here. Like I put powder like right along here. Like that's it. Okay, so placing that powder only in those oilies, like wherever you have like oilier skin or oilier spots, and then using the setting spray, it will dry your foundation down and you will not need to use as much powder. And I'm telling you, your skin will look more glowy, more bouncy, and really a lot less cakey if you don't use the heavy baking powders and use just a fine mist powder, very lightly applied to mainly your T-zone. Okay, that's really what you should do, especially as you start to get a little older into the 40s and 50s, because that heavier makeup settles into lines, it settles into texture, and really can make your skin look even more textured and look like it has more fine lines than it really actually does. Okay, what's tip number 4? You're treating your face and forgetting your hair. Guys, our hair gets drier, especially our scalp gets drier as we age. So you can do everything right on your skin, but if your hair's dull, if it's frizzy, if it is limp or dry, it can tend to make you look look like you are older, even if your face doesn't look older. The science is in, right? You've got to fix your scalp. Okay, so your scalp is also skin, right? And especially as we get into our 40s and we get into perimenopause and then even menopause, guys, I didn't realize, but I've probably been in menopause for several years because I didn't have functioning ovaries. When they did my hysterectomy, they found out that I did not have ovary function. Like I was missing one ovary, and then I had another ovary that was basically like not functioning, which is probably why I was having so many symptoms of menopause already. That being said, as we're going into perimenopause and menopause, right, our scalp begins to dry out. It's one of the first places actually that dries out. You'll notice if you get drier scalps because it'll get itchier, it'll feel tighter. So I started using a dedicated scalp serum at night. This one's super cheap. It's like an oil, and I will put it up here. This is like a scalp oil. It has different oils in it. It has different botanicals, all meant to make your hair like grow better. What I do with this is I put on a few drops and then I massage it with that massage tool, and I do that for about 2 to 3 minutes, and that's at night before I go to bed. And then the ends, I take the ends, like all of the ends, even like my layers. So I have several layers in my hair, and I take all of those layers and I just apply argan oil or jojoba oil to my ends just to stop the frizzing. And in the morning, I take squalane, which is amazing because it's just like the sebum that your skin produces. And I drop a few drops in and just kind of massage it in the morning to just relieve a lot of the dryness. I don't tend to get dry in the back of my hair. I tend to get dry up on the crown. And I really do believe it's why I haven't seen any hair thinning. That, of course, I take my collagen, I take my squalene, I'm really good about my supplements, but I'm 50 and I've had no hair thinning. And so you need to get that moisture back in the scalp because it will cause hair thinning if your scalp is drying out. So make sure to treat that scalp as well. It's not just about needling, putting minoxidil on. It's really about making sure that your scalp is well moisturized as too. So don't skip that. And the hair oil helps because it kind of helps coat the ends, right? So they don't dry out too much at night. A lot of the oils won't sink in. One way that you can pre-treat with oil, pre-treat your hair with oil, you can use coconut oil as a pre-wash treatment. So right before you wash it, just put coconut oil on the ends for like 30 minutes and then wash it. It helps seal the bonds in your hair. It kind of helps seal the roots and like reclose them. It's actually really good for that. So if your hair does have a lot of damage on it, you can use coconut oil as a pre-wash. Don't put it on at night. It kind of gets frizzy and crusty if you wear it all night. But 30 minutes before you take a shower and wash your hair, it's going to be perfect. And remember to double wash your hair. You really want to get all of the oils and stuff out of your hair as well. And then when you get out of the shower and after you dry your hair, you can use a little squalane on your root. I should say that a few style choices also help, like lighter colors help as you get older, having more dimension in your hair, so more than just one solid color, moving away from super darker, harsher colors like blacks and stuff like that helps as well. But leaning into dimension, leaning into lightness, maybe adding some lightness to your hair. Also, face framing bouncier waves rather than flat, all one color, things like that. Okay, now we get to the fun one. Number 5. This is the one that's in your kitchen right now. This is the one that I promised you, right? That ages your face faster than the sun. What is it? It is sugar. It's glycation. And here's why a lot of people skip this one or miss this one. When you eat sugar, right? Any kind of sugar, and there's sugar in everything we eat. If you turn it over, ketchup bottles, salsa, everything in America has sugar. I think there's way too much sugar in our food. Sugar is pretty insidious in that when you eat sugar, right, the molecules bind to your collagen and they actually stiffen it. So springy, bouncy collagen actually turns brittle with glycation. In skincare world, that's known as sugar sag. And the byproducts are literally called AGEs, age, advanced glycation endpoints, because it's where the sugar molecule binds to the collagen and then just makes it kind of snap. So why does it hit us harder as we get older? Because the bonds build up over the years and they target these long-lived proteins like collagen, the exact scaffolding that holds up our face. So the last thing we need in perimenopause and menopause, or as we get older, right, where our collagen is naturally going down anyway, the last thing we need is to have some advanced glycation happening in our face. So I don't want to scare you too much, because it's not like it says, oh, if you eat a bunch of sugar, it's going to destroy all your collagen. No, that is not true. What science supports is that a steadier blood sugar just really help protect the collagen that you still have. So there you have it. There's the 5. So tell me in the comments which ones were your favorite. Did you really enjoy this video? Did you already know this? Keep the comments coming. I love hearing what you guys have to say and what kind of videos you want to see, and I'll see you next time on Glow Up with Shelley.